Everyone. So today the Los Angeles Lakers are back in action against the Oklahoma City Thunder. This game is very important for the Lakers to get back on track. Last thing you want to do is go on a 2-game losing streak, especially as we're trying to climb in the standings, especially as we're trying to move into bare minimum a top 7-8 spot. Right? Last thing we want to do is finish in that 9th or 10th place. It's just not a good spot to be in. Can the Lakers win 2 straight games and get to the postseason? Sure, but it's just so tough and anything can happen, especially the teams that are looking like they may end up being in the play-in, right? The Warriors, the Mavs, the Suns, the Kings. Those 4 teams are all teams that they could just get hot for a game and beat you once, right? You may be able to beat them. If it was a 7-game series, maybe you beat them in 5. But guess what? If that 5th game is the game in which you play in the in-season tournament or the play-in tournament, well, then guess what? You're going home. So Lakers right now, as it stands, no pun intended, are 3.5 games back of the 5th seed, 2.5 games back of the 6th and 7th seed, 1.5 games back of the 8th seed, Dallas Mavericks, and they are right now games back-wise, even with the Warriors. Lakers are sitting in 10th, Warriors are sitting in 9th. That's only because the Lakers have one more loss in the loss column, but they also have one more win because they've played 2 more games than the Warriors thus far. Warriors also have a much easier schedule the rest of the way. And look, again, we gotta do our part. You lost to Denver. It sucks, right? It's sad to say, but Denver's just better than us. They're just the better team. And for whatever reason, we can't beat them. We will figure that out in the postseason when we get to the postseason. Maybe we get lucky and somebody else beats them, and then we don't have to worry about them, and then we can go win an NBA championship. But regardless, you got to do your part, right? Obviously, we need teams like Phoenix, who has the toughest schedule the rest of the way, them to lose some games. They're on a 2-game losing streak. Devin Booker is going to be out. We'll see how long. He missed the game against the Thunder. You got a lot of teams that are just kind of in this clump, and we need them to lose games, but the Lakers also have to win games, right? Like you see the Suns and the Mavericks on a 2-game losing streak, but the Lakers go on a 2-game losing streak, then it doesn't matter, right? Then it's like, who cares that they lost? So we need to do our part. We need to take advantage of the Thunder. Thunder are a very young team, but they are coming off of back-to-back in a hard-fought game against the Phoenix Suns on the road. Now they have to go on the road into LA against the Lakers and now take on the Lakers. And we cannot let up. We have to take every game the rest of the way as it is do or die for us, right? I think we need to bare minimum get to 45 wins. I think 45 wins will give us a chance at that 5th or 6th seed just because of the tiebreakers. If we beat Sacramento, who we play twice coming up, and we beat the Warriors and the Pelicans, who we have coming up. You beat those 2 teams, or those 3 teams. Warriors you play twice, Kings you play twice, Pelicans you play once. You win those 5 games, and you get to around 45 wins, which means they'd only need to win another 7 games beyond those 5. You get to that, I think, with the tiebreakers, you could luck yourself into the 6th seed. At worst, I think you'll be a top 7 team. So bare minimum, you got to get to that 7th, 8th spot. Ideally, you want to get to that 6th seed. If you play Denver in the first round, you play Denver in the first round. You're hoping maybe the Timberwolves or the Thunder, somebody falls, just so that way you're in a better spot. But I just don't believe the Lakers have the luxury of, hey, let's be in the in-season or the play-in tournament just so we can avoid Denver, right? Plus, I want to play Denver, right? All roads lead through Denver. If you can't beat Denver, right, then you're not the best team. Right now, if somebody beats Denver and the Lakers end up winning that way, well, then that's not the Lakers' fault. It's the Lakers' job to play everybody that is in front of them, right? Obviously, if we can just naturally avoid Denver, then great. Like I said, if Denver can take the 1 seed, we land in the 6th seed, and we play, Minnesota in the first round, and, let's say the Nuggets, we end up playing and beating Minnesota, and then the Nuggets lose in the first round on some miracle or something, right? Maybe they play Phoenix or something, and it's like Phoenix just shoots the lights out and beats them. Well, then great. Now we're in good shape, and we should be able to come out the West. But regardless, one step at a time. and it starts with beating the Thunder. Right? We match up well against the Thunder. They've really struggled against our size, our versatility. You look at what Nurk just did to, even though in a losing effort, but you look at what he just did to the Thunder. I mean, this man just went off for 14 and 31 rebounds, not points, rebounds. 14 points, 31 rebounds, 4 assists. I need, I'm not saying Anthony Davis has to go get 31, but, he's got to get at least half that. Go get me 15, 16 rebounds. Go get me, 25 to 30 points. All right, let's go dominate this game. We need guys to pick it up. We need Austin Reeves to continue to play well, D'Angelo Russell, Darvin Ham, not to overthink things, just do things the right way. Can you just please keep it simple? That is incredibly frustrating, but that's a video for another day. But it's just, again, it's one step at a time, one day at a time, right? We start with the Thunder. You go and you handle business against them. I'm hoping that LeBron got to the 40K club. I love that he did that. I am very thankful that we are alive in a time to where we get to see such greatness as LeBron. Again, I say it all the time, whether you love LeBron, hate LeBron, whether you think he's the worst player ever or the best player ever, appreciate what you're seeing right now, because we may never see anything close to this in our lifetimes. Right? I mean, he is a once-in-a-generational type talent, type level. Right? You may not get to witness a guy like this. Wembanyama looks like a guy that may be in that conversation at some point, but you never know. Right? So enjoy what you're seeing and what you're getting to experience with LeBron right now while you can. Same breath, it will be kind of nice to hopefully just kind of get back to basketball, the focus on basketball. I mean, even Anthony Davis kind of joked around and said, hey, you got to stop breaking these records because we keep losing. And I do think that there's something to that, right? I think it's part of the fact that, like, hey, all of the focus, all of the emphasis, all of just the energy is being put into LeBron achieving said accomplishment, right? It also just so happens that all these things keep happening when we play the Denver Nuggets. So part of it could just be that too. Part of it could just be, hey, for whatever reason, everything just keeps falling on the Nuggets. I mean, even Jamal Murray kind of had his little jab at the Lakers about that. We just keep playing them when there's accomplishments that are going on and things that are happening, maybe schedule it for something else, for another matchup, right? I mean, he's not wrong. Again, I just don't think we're good enough to beat them. But the point is, I'm glad that we can kind of get back to emphasizing and focusing on the game of basketball. Guys can now hopefully lock in, focus. Got 20 games left. You got to go 12-8, in my opinion, the rest of the way. Which, it's only 4 games over 500 the rest of the way. That's not a lot of games. It's not. I'm not asking you to, go 18-2 here. I'm not asking you to do something crazy. I'm just basically asking you to win at the average rate. To basically just win 4 more games than you lose the rest of the way is basically what it boils down to. And if they can do that, then I think they'll be in the conversation. But again, primarily, you got to beat the teams that are important and significant. You got to get wins where you can. And I think the Thunder are a team that we can get wins, is a team where we can get wins when we can, right? I want the 6th seed. I do. I really want it. I do believe we can get it. I do believe this team is better than their record. I do. I think it's been a combination of things. I think a lot of their just energy or lack of energy, a lot of their lack of effort. I think it's also a portion of just like injuries and guys constantly in and out of the lineup. I think part of it is coaching. Right? I think you start putting all of these little negatives on and into a stew that is the Lakers this year, and you get the result that you're in right now, which is you're only 4 games over 500. But you go beat the Thunder, you follow that up with Sacramento, all of a sudden you're 6 games over 500. Right? You go start getting and putting yourself in a position to where you can get, 9-10 games over 500. I think you'll be in good shape. Right? I do. I think the Lakers will be there. But Anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? You think the Lakers get the win tonight? Think they walk away with that W? Do you think no, ain't going to happen? Again, whatever your thoughts are, let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.